I thought the groundhog saw his shadow. All right. That's a whole nother story.
It is, yes.
Lindsay, well, the romantic relationship may have ended, but if you have children involved, you still have to raise your children or your child for better or for worse together. It's co-parenting.
Yes.
Lindsay Crane, a licensed counselor, here to talk about our Building Relationships segment today, how we co-parent and take care of the kids at the same time. First off, what is a co-parenting relationship?
Right. So in the world of counseling, co-parenting refers to two people who are not in a relationship with each other, but are sharing parental responsibilities for a child. And most of the time we think about people who used to be married or used to be in a relationship, but that's not always the case. There are a lot of non-traditional families now. So there's a grandparent or an extended family member that is now in the parental role for that child and is co-parenting with someone else. So I see all types of families come through my office.
Okay, when you see those families come through, they're telling you, you can't tell us what they're telling you, but can it work?
It can work. It can work. It's difficult for a lot of reasons. Now, if the two people used to be in a relationship and they're not anymore, a lot of times there is anger, there's bitterness left over, and they're having to separate that from working together to care for the child.
That could be difficult, Lindsay.
Yes.
When you're having to see that person that you used to be in love with, and you have to see him because of the child.
Right. And especially if events transpired that made the relationship end poorly, it can be very tough. Now, if you were never in a relationship with this person, this may not be somebody that you would have chosen to raise a child with, so they may have different beliefs, different values. And
well, that's something you got to think about before you get that baby, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do. And you should. You should.
All right. Well, what should we avoid when we're co-parenting? Because we don't want to hurt the children.
Right, right. Some things to avoid. First of all, speaking poorly of the other parent. And we think this is a no-brainer. But I have heard some people say some very ugly things in my office in front of the child about the other parent. And basically what you're telling them is that half of them is bad. And that's unacceptable certainly because they're not responsible for the state of your relationship now. Something else to think about is interrogating the child about the other parent.
Oh, if the child goes to that parent's house or spends time, like, who was he with?
Yes.
Is the girlfriend there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your child is not a spy. And you should not use them in that way. And that puts a lot of pressure on them, puts them in a tough spot.
You know, there was a basketball player whose wife did that, sent the little boy into the locker room to get the dad's phone. No. You know, that's spying, and you're putting a child in the middle of all this.
Right, right. And this will be their framework for the rest of their life for dealing with relationships and with people with which they have conflict. So you need to teach them how to do that in a healthy way.
And what about trying to make the child like you more and undermining the other parent?
Right. Sounds like a good idea at the time, right? but it's really not. What that teaches them is it really aligns them with you as the parent against that other parent. And so it removes the parental authority not only from that parent, but eventually from you. And that's going to create behavioral issues later in life you're not going to want to deal with.
Okay, Lindsay, so we know what not to do.
Right.
What do we do to make this relationship work?
Okay, so there are some very simple rules. Treat the other parent with respect. I take a lot of heat for this, but your relationship with the other parent should be more important than your relationship with your child, for the sake of the child. Communicate regularly. Every study says that co-parents who communicate more often parent better. Choose your battles. Please don't fight about everything and anything. You really need to preserve the relationship as best you can and have them really listen to you and take you seriously. Plan ahead in the child's life. When will they be able to get a Facebook account? When will they be able to drive a car? Talk about these issues now and get professional help if you need to. It's worth the investment.
All right, we're doing it all for the kids.
Yes, we are.
Thanks, Lindsay. We're going to leave it right there.
Okay.
Oh, thanks for coming on. Good day. Sure. When we come back, important to show examples of how to handle a relationship. If you need to know more, go to Fox16.com. We'll be right back with more Fox 16 Good Day. Stay with us.